I have personally been involved in the delivery of over 5,000 AV rooms across multiple continents, industries and workplace strategies. And guess what? Here's one universal truth that I've learned, and I'm going to show you it in this video. When AV works, no one notices. When it fails, everyone does. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what separates high-performing AV from one that just becomes a daily headache, even if it looks great on paper. And I'm going to walk you through a real case study that we've put together with a global client of ours around the cycle of AV chaos that they were going through before they brought us on board. Most people think AV fails is all about the technology. Bad cameras, old cables, outdated panels. Guess what? That is very, very rarely the issue. The root cause of AV failure in almost every single circumstance and every single project that we've completed, it's when AV is treated as an afterthought. Go figure. It's bolted on. Final stages of the fit out. That's when you get this reactive, duct taped, band-aid solution that just doesn't scale. People just forget. They stick it on at the end. It doesn't align with IT, it doesn't align with the users, and then people can't support it in the way that they need to. So imagine AV like the plumbing in a building. You can't just install the pipes once people move in. You need to imagine AV as infrastructure, not furniture. It's not a bolt-on. It's a part of the roots of the building. It has to be integrated and not just installed. And here's the problem that many organizations only feel the pain of that afterwards, once everything's done, once the users start using the rooms. We've all been there. Sally trying to use the rooms on a bolt-on solution where you've just stuck a few screens on a wall and hope for the best. Doesn't work. And in today's day and age, when we're trying to get people back into the office, which I'm doing myself with my own organization, having meeting rooms that don't work and technology that doesn't work, it's just another reason for people not to come in. Why would they bother? I can be at home, I can start a Zoom call at the click of a button. Why would I go into the office? Travel, expenses, commute, Gordon's smelly armpit as I'm stood there on the underground, all for the technology not to work when I get there? No. And to be honest, I don't blame them at all. So these are the exact issues that one of our recent clients was experiencing. Global professional services firm, over 100 meeting rooms, multiple sites. They came to us and they were like, Chris, mate, these rooms are a disaster. They described their meeting rooms essentially as a continuation and a run of embarrassing meetings. Delayed executive meetings, clients having a nightmare trying to get into their meetings, microphones not working, audio being an absolute disgrace. The CEO video conference that turned into a game of charades with people bouncing around seats trying to find the best mic. They came to us and went, Chris, you need to really help us out here. It's an absolute disaster. It's funny because upon looking at their AV infrastructure, it looked pretty impressive on paper. You looked at it on paper, it's like, okay, that'll work, it's fine. But in practice, it was a reality of mixed vendors, mismatched control systems, inconsistent user experiences. What that resulted in is nobody trusted the system. IT was constantly putting out fires. Facilities got frustrated. Senior leadership team had just had enough. They'd spent a lot of money on this particular system and they just had enough. And the reality is the IT people just did not have a sleep at night solution. They were going to bed every night, wake up in the morning thinking, what am I going to walk into tomorrow? It's going to be a disaster yet again. Now, we got drafted in. We've actually written a case study on it, which we're going to come back to a little bit later on. Now, when we stepped in, our focus wasn't on fixing the tech. It was on creating consistent, interactive, invisible user experience across every single room, and that's what made the difference. Standardization in every single meeting room. You can walk into in New York, London, Singapore, Milan. Everything's exactly the same. AV over IP for scale, flexibility and future proofing. One touch control, lighting, blinds, AV, everything else that you need to be controlling that room with, one touch panel. Wireless collaboration. Nobody has time for dongles. Different devices, wireless collaboration with a backstop of a wire just in case you need it for an insurance policy. And then finally, high-end cameras and microphones to make hybrid meetings feel natural and not just like a walkie-talkie. But here's the part that matters. We delivered it all on time, on budget, and with zero surprises. The true ROI of AV is in what doesn't happen. No delays, no escalations, no excuses. So once we delivered this new system and we've been live for about a month, I had a call with the director of workplace, and here's the thing he said to me. He said, this is the first time no one's ever spoken about AV in a board meeting. That's when I knew we completely nailed it. Much like good stage lighting, great AV is actually invisible, but it's essential. You only really notice it when things go wrong. If you're not hearing about it, brilliant. So here's the thing, right? If your AV setup feels fragile, it's inconsistent, or it's just hard to manage, most large firms have evolved their AV systems in layers, bit by bit, project by project. Over time, that leads to complexity, duplication, and ultimately breakdowns. And it's not your fault, but it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to take a fresh look at your AV, a fresh look at your technology. To help teams like you guys get ahead of that curve, we have also created a workplace technology guide. It's not a silver bullet, but we've put a guide together for you. The link's in the description below. It talks about how you can get ahead of the game when it comes to deployment of technology. Here's the thing as well, right? It's built on real world projects. These are 5,000 AV installations that we've done. We've put it all together into a guide. It's based on reality. It also includes the case study, which I mentioned earlier. And that's it. I don't want to teach you guys to suck eggs. I don't want to start throwing really complex calculations and AV standards out there. The truth of the matter is, a successful AV installation is one that you don't hear about. AV is invisible. That's the recap. It should scale. It should support your people and not distract them. And above all, it should be planned with intention and not panic, not bolted on at the very end. So, if you want to hear a little bit more about how we've actually done that, check out the guide. I said it before, it's not a silver bullet, but it most certainly gives you the guidance you need to know to ensure that AV is not an afterthought and AV is brought to the forefront of your planning. Here's to never talking about AV again, which is what we all want. If you have enjoyed watching the video, you need to check this one out because, well, frankly, YouTube tells you to.